guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I will be starting a new mini-series about fixing things around the house that have been broken. I have a question for you. Have you ever broken something around your house and then just not fixed it because it still functioned? That's happened to me several times over the last 2 years that I've been living in this house. Today I will start fixing those. First, let's talk about the process. 1, I will identify the problem. Then 2, we're going to design a solution to fix it. And 3, we will print it out and then we're going to put it into use with final intent to evaluate if money was saved or not throughout the process, or if I should have just went out and bought a new product. Now let's jump into the project. So about a year ago we were opening up the curtains and the curtain rod holder snapped. So I went ahead and snapped the other one on the other side, and it's been that way ever since. This is not very aesthetically pleasing, and the curtain is barely hanging on, so it's time to fix it. My plan for a solution to fix this will be to make a part that fits onto the end with friction, and then has a half circle over here that holds the curtain rod. I'll go ahead and draw this in 3D paint so that we can visualize it together. And then from there, I'll put some dimensions on it, and we'll go ahead and draw the real part in CAD.
Here we are in CAD. I use Fusion 360. The first step for me was to draw up the profile that we will be extruding along a path with the extrusion sweep command. So I drew that up using our dimensions, and then I sketched up the path that I want that profile to be extruded along. You can see the bottom and the upper portion are separate. That's because I wanted to extrude first along the bottom portion and then secondly along the top. I performed 2 more extrusion sweep commands to close off that top portion. Then I chamfered the corners of one side and extruded out a retaining nub on the other side. And the last thing to do was to add 1 more chamfer above the retaining nub, and then the part was ready to send to the slicing software. Here we are in the slicer software. The part has been brought in successfully. For those of you who do not know what a slicer software does, a slicer software takes your 3D model and builds a path for the printer to follow. The path is in a language known as G-code. So I went ahead and positioned this in the area of the build plate that I wanted it to be printed. I set the settings, and then I went ahead and sliced it. Then I went ahead and sent it to the printer by saving it to a USB drive and taking that USB drive to the printer. If you're interested in the settings I use to print this, these can be found below.
Alright, now that the part is ready to print, the first thing that we will do is we'll take the USB drive, put it in the printer, then we'll wipe down the build plate, make sure the build plate's clean, and we'll go ahead and select the print on the printer and press start. And then this happened. Are you kidding me? This was easy to fix by just adding a brim around the part. Meaning I first printed out about 6 layers around the perimeter of the part, and then I started printing the part. What this does is it helps to keep the part adhered to the build plate, and it helps to distribute the heat across the build plate so that the print does not warp as much. But once I did this, the part printed out great, and we had no more issues.
We waited a couple minutes and then removed the part from the build plate and went into trying a test fit.
Let's go ahead, take the broken curtain rod holder and try to fit on the part to it. See if we have a good fit. So right away it goes in pretty easily, and then it gets a little bit tighter. That's a perfect fit. Not a lot of wiggle. Curtain rod's going to be supported generously. What I'm going to do is print out one more of these so that I know this one works. And I'll go ahead and hang up the curtain rod and we'll see how it looks.
Here's a really good view of the brim that I used to fix the print quality and of the printer closing up the gaps between the walls and finishing up the top layers.
I have the two parts that I printed out. They look identical. We'll go ahead and put them on the broken off brackets. There's one, slides on there very nicely. And number two, and now let's get the curtain rod. So this looks really good. It holds up the curtain rods, and you can see they no longer can come out as easily, and it's a good solid hole. So we don't have to buy new ones. Alright, the moment we all have been waiting for. Has this project been a success or not? How will I calculate if a project is successful? 1, it has to function. 2, it has to look good. And 3, it has to be cheaper or less expensive than going out to the store or purchasing it online. So without further ado, let's get into the evaluation. We all saw how the curtain rod holders look, and they look really good. We can all agree on that. We need to now know the cost. So let's talk about the cost to go out and purchase curtain rod holders from Amazon. The average cost is $9.84 to purchase a set of curtain rod holders from Amazon. So that is my target cost to beat. So, drum roll. Total cost to fix the curtain rods was 54 cents. 54 cents is a hell of a lot less than $9.84. So I saved money. So overall, the solution was cost effective, and we have solved a problem around the house. I look forward to doing more of these with you guys, and if you guys have any other ideas of projects that I could do, go ahead, comment those below, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.